a crazy opening weekend. It's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. From the 10. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Devontae Adams, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Man open is... Now the ball comes loose, and the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Here's Conner again. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So not quite a first and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. It was Clelin Ferrell who was able to rush in and make that tackle.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Conner up the middle. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. They swallowed him up. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And here he'll get it down to the 7. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. Prater Raiders' kick is good. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he doesn't even get this to the 10. He's taken down at the 9. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to find that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The Raiders are 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it week 1, that gets your opponent in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 and a 1st down.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. They give the Chubb out of the gun. A 2nd time. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play call to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Extra point good by Prater, and the lead grows to 10-0.
Raiders nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And job 1 here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And this is going to be a Raiders 1st down as he gets it up past the 35.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result. Because this is a team that's down big early in the 1st quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Chubb on the counter. And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second quarter from Vegas, the homestanding Raiders with a football here, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Let's go now.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
19 sight, 19 sight.
Here's Huntley. And finding Keelan Cole. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. On the move past the 40, as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 42 yards rushing for now to this point. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
To throw, Huntley. Open man, that's Renfro. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And a nice gain of 21 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, and they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
17. Raiders, nothing. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
He's brought down at the
Any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that's because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Two first downs have them up to the 41 now for first and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and he goes for a first down.
That's good for another Las Vegas.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, but they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Huntley to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. One incompletion, two incompletion. They're going for more.
They'll look to throw again. Renfro bringing it in over the middle. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Carlson able to put this one through. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17-3. Well, still trailing here, but they do get the late field goal. Now their defense will try to keep this score right where it is heading into the locker room.
Yeah, and trailing at the break, you obviously don't want to go in off of a negative play. Give them credit for that one. Finding a way to put points on the board. Give them any type of a spark, anything to build off of as they try and plan a comeback.
Out of his end zone comes Andy Isabella. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Arizona.
it back to Connor here on first. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Play action. Now it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. Isabella now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Third quarter starts with a run from Connor. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
They'll fake it to Connor. Now Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Shotgun now for Murray. He's going deep for Brown. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Murray. And the Raiders have got him. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards. A 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Andy Lee now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field, going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Murray. And Hopkins has got it. Touchdown, Arizona. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Cards are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Raiders 3. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This one taken just inside the 10.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They run again on first down, Chubb. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Huntley looking deep for Adams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Off play action. Huntley out to his left. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders get a bit closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 24-10. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Isabella now from his end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Raiders have recovered. So a turnover there on the kickoff. And don't look now, but that just made things a little more interesting. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They start with a give to counter. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got them pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Huntley. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. And give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a 1st down, threw a fastball when that wasn't necessary. Incomplete pass. One of these quarterbacks going to learn, you don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
Back to throw again. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Delivering another one here to Darren Waller. He's got it again. throwing on first down. Huntley. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They'll try and run right on the option. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. Operating from the gun. Huntley. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Byron Murphy. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown.
Well,
this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
Now Prater to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points.
The score, Cardinals 31, Raiders 10. Matt Prater to kick off for Arizona.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that last pick 6 may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the 4th quarter. They need points quickly. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 126 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
He's going to try and do this himself. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw on second down. Huntley dumps this to his running back, Chubb. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
It's 3rd down and 4.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Mullen. And the Cards are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence. That should pull him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll toss this out right for Connor. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Cards, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the LA Rams. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville.